German or else. Look at this Nazi-American game show where they force people to speak German.
Congratulations, Rupert. Not 1,000 marks for you. I'm sorry, Linda, but you lost. Which means you go for 4 weeks to... Remember, only 173 days left of English. Make sure you're prepared.
Yes, the Nazis are finally going to outlaw English speaking in America. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet, to be honest. BJ makes up to a nightmarish America taken over by Nazis, and they're still speaking English all the time. Why did they even bother learning English instead of just forcing everyone to talk German from the start? It only takes like half a year to learn a language fluidly. They could have easily re-educated everyone. Well, it's probably to make it easier for the English-speaking audience to understand. Do you know who else is forced to use German? People who play Wolfenstein in Germany or Austria. Yes, that's right, Bethesda is Hitlerally Nazis, forcing me to play shitty dubbed versions of the game. You know, I can speak German, but I prefer not to. It's a highly impractical language, every word is twice as long, and they have weird letters that aren't supported by every font. It's just a completely unfit language for the internet.
Speed limit is Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
I'm sure Chinese people have the same issue. They could get out their huge circular keyboard so they could just write in English in half the time. And watching shitty German dubs just puts me back to a less consumer-oriented time where I was still forced to watch actual TV instead of having Netflix because that wasn't even allowed in Austria yet for some retarded reason. Fuck that shit. You can't just dub over it in German. You realize half the jokes won't work that way. Especially in Wolfenstein, where 90% of the jokes are just BJ being bad at German. How the fuck does that translate? He talks perfect German in the translated version. It's retarded. Damn, I sure would love to play that new Wolfenstein game when it comes out. Too bad I'm literally forced to play the worst version of the game. If I were to pirate the game, I could play it in English, and all the swastikas would be intact, but of course that would be highly illegal in 2 ways, not just one. But they even charge you more for this shit-stained version of the game, because taxes and shit, and also because they just don't understand how to translate between currencies properly. God damn it. So I recently played Wolfenstein Old Blood because it was cheap on a summer sale or something. And I think it was one of the worst game experiences I've had in a while. All the textures were hideous. I guess that's just the Wolfenstein engine. You can't turn off depth of field. Everything is blurry all the time. The textures take forever to load in and then they're shit. And the cutscenes were all shitty pre-rendered 30 FPS nonsense. And there was so much of that pointless story. So pointless. You can't have a meaningful Nazi drama and then switch to cheesy zombie gaming. What the fuck is wrong with you, Bethesda? Imagine if you had Schindler's List and then they suddenly became fucking zombies! Do you understand how retarded that would be? Oh my god! You were better than this, Bethesda. Not much better, but you were definitely better than this. Oh my god. Not to mention how bad it is for gameplay. You just kill the Nazis and they instantly turn into zombies, so you have to kill them again. They don't even fall over first. No, they just burst into flames and you got crispy zombies. The right way would have been to make it so they fall over and you have 10 seconds to shoot them in the head before they rise up again. But no, they're just basically more tanky Nazis now that become melee zombies after a while. Fucking terrible. So yeah, don't play Old Blood, it's shit. I'm going to make a video about why the laws against Nazi ideology are bullshit soon, but for now it suffices to say that Bethesda did not need to censor their game. We can see Inglourious Bastards and it was not censored. There was a movie where Hitler was risen from the dead and he reconquered Germany with his populist politics, and that was a great movie that wasn't censored. In fact, it was a German movie. And I'm pretty sure they didn't censor The Man in the High Castle either, which is basically Wolfenstein the series, but less gay. I'm sure it would have been perfectly fine to make a game where you kill Nazis. You could almost think that Hitler had won the war if it was illegal to make a game where you kill Nazis, right? Is that what you're trying to say, Bethesda, that Hitler has secretly won the war and now we can't make fun of him? Ah, fuck you, Bethesda. No, you weren't. You're too retarded for this shit. I'm sure you could have just released the game uncensored, but you're just the annoying kind of people who doesn't go 1 mile per hour over the speed limit on an empty road at night. Fucking terrible. 99% chance that you would not have gotten in any kind of legal trouble by releasing Wolfenstein in the way it was in English, and that 1% where you actually got in trouble, you're the underdog. You're attacked by the evil government. That would be great for game sales. Why would you miss out on that? On that normalness? Why would you just censor yourself like an idiot? Fiction is fine, you fucking cowards. They don't censor movies. Alright? Maybe you should ship that fucking German version of Wolfenstein to Scotland. That's the place where you can get arrested for teaching your doggo to do Nazi salutes.